One of the things that one of the supervisors has often said is that maybe we can improve healthcare, and when asked what does that mean, he might say, well, let's have a cardiac care unit. Well, you can't just have it. You have to go through what's called a certificate of need.
The supervisors have not told anybody what they want to spend the money on. They just want a big truckload of money.
You could negate that one-time windfall within 2 years or 3 years. And then what do you have after that?
We have one supervisor who believes that private is better, that letting a government agency run an institution is just not as good as letting, private entities or competition rule the day. And that makes sense in a lot of situations, but it does not make sense for a hospital that is thriving. When the county is the CEO.
We, the taxpayers, through the supervisors, are spending somewhere close to $500,000 on something that the people have already said they don't want. We want to keep it. You've already said that in a vote a few years ago. I don't know why we're down this road.
I don't think the supervisors see the big picture. I think they're blinded by Ted Woodrell, who's this consultant. But when you have all these other people that are in the trenches that are doing the work and fighting the battles, and they're all against it, shouldn't that raise some kind of alarms or some questions,
The doctors are the people that know the most about health care and how it should be delivered, and they should be in the loop, so to speak, for all these decisions that deal with health care.
If you look and do a little research around the country, as these smaller hospitals have been bought by bigger hospitals, a lot of times the plan is to engulf that hospital. That's their plan all along, is to just engulf it, kind of let it wither away till it becomes basically an emergency room, an urgent care center. That's it. Because it's much more financially efficient for them to have all their services in one place.
Anyone, lower income, high income, it doesn't matter where you are in the income bracket, OCH is going to take care of you because it's your hospital. They're not going to turn you away.
With a for-profit hospital, the bottom line is money. It's not patient care. It's not what's the best services they can provide. It's what services are the most profitable.
If someone doesn't have the money to pay for their surgery, the hospital will work with them. I think you will lose that with a for-profit entity.
But just to make sure that everybody in this community has access to quality health care, that's the principle for me. And I think local control at this time is the best way to see that everybody's health needs are served.
You cannot put a price tag on our ability to have a say and have control and have input on our hospital system as it is right now. And you're never going to get that back as far as that influence, that input from the community if it's sold.
To think that we're going to have more services here if someone buys it is a joke.
You will never get more services when you sell your local hospital. They siphon all the services to their central location. That, for us, is at least an hour away.
I don't think that you're going to get better care just because Mr. Big Hospital comes in and buys you. I don't think that's going to improve care at all.
We want to do what we do well. We know what we do. We do general surgery, orthopedic surgery, urology, obstetrics, gynecology. We don't want to see that be pulled out of our hospital and sent to the bigger tertiary care center hospital up the road, which is what you'll see happen if one of them buys our hospital.
The hospital has an economic impact. The last statistics was $127 million to our community. So if you think about what would happen if our hospital sells, probably will be a bigger entity. They're already going to have all their services, their staffs in place. So what's the first thing that will happen?
There's going to be turnover. There's going to be restructuring. And if that happens, who is it going to affect? How is it going to affect them?
When you send all of your money that's coming into your hospital out to a private entity that is not located here, you are crippling your local economy.
The economic impact is something that affects everybody.
Once you sell the hospital, you lose control over who owns it, and if it gets to be a situation where it's sold and then resold and then resold again, there's no way we're going to know who owns our hospital 5, 10, 15 years down the road, or what level of care we're going to provide, or what community impact they're going to have on a positive or a negative scale. And to me, it's just a huge risk to take when there's no justifiable reasons to take that risk.
But if money's what's driving your decision and not patient care, then I think we're short-sighted.
OCH is a first-class medical facility. Yet, we want to trade that for money. I'm sorry, but you just, when a person is sick, money's the last thing on their minds.